A scrap of denim from a dirty sleeve, a web of secrets that the spiders weave. I wrap the twine around the waist, moving slow and without haste. The fuzz is pulling at the center of the chest, putting the target to the final test. The toms are heavy like the summer rain, a ribbon vessel for the hidden pain. I hold the silver between the thumbs until the spirit is cold and numb. It's a voodoo doll with a pinprick sting. Listen to the choir of the shadows sing. 7 needles in a burlap skin, where the ritual ends and the deaths begin. Stabbing the heart, stabbing the head, wishing the living were already dead. The swamp is watching through the cypress knees. Carry the message on the toxic breeze. Tie the knot, make it tight. Seal the soul, hide the light. In the mud, in the clay, take the memory far away. The silver is burning in the candle smoke, a heavy collar and a heavy yoke. I push the point through the cotton thighs, underneath the violet sky. The guitar slides like a water moccasin, covering up the original sin. The fuzz bass grows, it's a physical wall, waiting for the giant to fall. I name the name, I cast a stone, chilling the marrow inside of the bone. 4, 5, 6. It's a voodoo doll with a pinprick sting. Ooh, listen to the choir of the shadows sing. Ooh, 7 needles in a burlap skin, where the ritual ends and the deaths begin. Stabbing the heart, stabbing the head, wishing the living were already dead. The swamp is watching through the cypress knees. Ooh, carry the message on the toxic breeze. engine is bottomed out, but the radiator is holding. For now, keep the lights off until you hit the ridge. If the sheriff sees the dust, he sees the ghost. Oh, go! The copper still is cooling in the hollow of the pine, but I'm already burning across the county line. 90 proof lightning in a mason jar. I'm the fastest thing underneath the star. The banjo is a heartbeat at 1,000 miles an hour, squeezing every drop of the moonshine power. The engine is a monster screaming in the dark, following the trail of the mountain spark. I don't need no headlights, I know the road by feel. Wide knuckles gripping on the wooden wheel. Something is run on a blind justice road. Moonshiners run on a blind justice road, hauling a heavy and a liquid load. 60 miles of gravel and 100 miles of sin, praying that the law doesn't let the sirens in. The banjo is screaming, the fiddle is wild, running like a devil and driving like a child. Halfway to the city, halfway to the cage, writing my name on a bloody page. Wham, on a bloody page. The blue light tools in the mirror closing in, getting clearer. Drop a gear, hit the shoulder. Heart is cold and getting colder. They don't know the secret cut, keep the mouth tight and shut. The gravel is a hailstorm hitting on the pan. Catch me if you're able, catch me if you can. I'm taking the corner on the outer edge, dancing on the shadow of the rocky ledge. The acoustic guitar is a hammer on the soul, digging out the dirt like a burying hole. The sheriff's got the badge, but I got the speed. I've got the hunger and I got the need. The glass is rattling in the wooden crate. I'm the only driver who can cheat the fate. Spilled it. It's the moonshiners run on a blind justice road, hauling a heavy and a liquid load. 60 miles of gravel and 100 miles of sin, praying that the law doesn't let the sirens in. The banjo is screaming, the fiddle is wild, running like a devil and driving like a child. Halfway to the city, halfway to the cage, writing my name on a bloody page. Tell mama I made the delivery. Tell the chef I'm a ghost. Hold on. The engine roars, then a massive suspension thud as the car jumps. It only blooms once, when the moon is a white sliver and the ground is thirsty enough to drink its own shadows. Don't touch the velvet. The velvet has teeth. Bright pink petals in a world of gray. the traveler further away. Standing tall on a column of green, the prettiest trap that I've ever seen. The tremolo wobbles, the horizon is blurred. Not a single drop, not a single word. The seeds are rattling inside of the pot, an ancient rhythm from a forgotten god. I reach for the center, I reach for the light, ignoring the sting of the desert spy. In the empty sky, thorn prick drawing a bead of red, a crown of needles for the heavy head. Dreamy and dangerous out on the dunes, humming the dead man's psychedelic tunes. One little taste of the nectar so sweet, before the earth pulls you under its feet. The needles bloom. The needles bloom. Is it purple? Is it blue? It's the only thing that's true. Drink the poison, eat the fire. The desert is a funeral pyre. The thorn is a needle stitching the skin, letting the heat and the spirits in. The coyote is laughing at the state I am in, waiting for the feast to finally begin. The bone wind is blowing through the ribs of a deer, whistling the secrets that I don't want to hear. I'm part of the landscape, I'm part of the sand, a permanent resident of the hollow land. The flower is closing, the sun is too bright, leaving me blinded in the middle of the light. Cart. The cactus flower is a beautiful light, blooming for the buzzard in the empty sky. Thorn prick drawn a bead of red, a crown of needles for the heavy head. Dreamy and dangerous out on the dunes, humming the dead Your mama said don't go, Papa said don't go, but the bones are calling, the ivory is singing. Put it all on the hard six. No way, put it all on the line. Shake 'em up. I sold the watch, I sold the ring, I sold the soul to the Diamond King. The felt is green like a money tree, but the fruit is rotten as it can be. The cup is leather and the hand is wet. The biggest mistake that I ever met. I see the spots spinning in the air, a cubist portrait of a deep despair. The guitar is buzzing like a neon light, burning a hole in the middle of the night. Let 'em roll. It's a loaded dice and tumbling down. The unlucky king of the gambling town. Snake eyes staring at the face, knocking me out of the human race. Ivory bones clicking on the wood. Up to no good, up to no good. Double ones looking like a ghost. Burning the toast, burning the toast, yeah. Snake eyes, snake eyes. Copper, copper, run the powder rush. Shake ass, sucker. Shake ass, sugar. Just one pass, please, Lord. Just long pass, I'll never touch 'em again. I swear on a grave, just give me a 7, give me an 11, don't give me the eyes. Don't look at me. The pit boss is watching with a sharkskin suit, waiting to give me the heavy boot. The drink is watered and the ice is melt, staining the fabric of the velvet felt. I shake the cup like a maraca beat, feeling the fire inside of the feet. The dice hit the wall with a plastic crack. There ain't no way that I'm turning back. The devil is laughing in the chandelier, whispering numbers inside of the ear. A massive pile of chips being pushed forward. Well, little loaded dice tumbling down. The unlucky king of the gambling town. Snake eyes staring at the face, knocking me out of the human race. Ivory bones clicking on the wood. Up to no good, up to no good. Double ones looking like a ghost. Burning the toast, burning the toast. Snake eyes, snake eyes. Snake eyes, honey. Snake eyes. Papa needs a new brand shoes. Papa needs a new life. Stop looking at it. Don't wait. I know they're waiting. You fixed it. You all fixed it. Give me the cup. I said, give me the cup. I said, give me the cup. 2 every word. Tap it with. Snake eyes. Snake eyes. Snake eyes. Snake eyes, bud. Everyone has a measurement, width of the shoulder, length of the bone. I'm just a tailor who stitches the earth back together. Keep the rhythm, boys. The ground isn't getting any softer. The box is pine and the hinges are brass, watching the shadows of the mourners pass. I've got a rhythm in the small of my back, moving the mountains of the brown and the black. The piano is weeping with a toothless grin, counting the exits of the original sin. The cello is pulling at the threads of the soul, down in the belly of the bottomless hole. One for the Father and two for the Son. The undertaker's waltz has only begun. 6 feet. It's the undertaker's waltz in a limping time, paying the debt for the life and the crime. 6 feet down where the roots begin, keeping the secrets tucked under the chin. A honky-tonk requiem for a hollow chest, putting the weary to the ultimate rest. 1, 2, 3, and a step to the side. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A heavy hand, the heavy hand, the heavy hand, heavy hand, the heavy hand. The heavy hand, the heavy hand, the heavy hand. The preacher is finished, the family is gone. It's just you and me, from the dusk to the dawn. I'll tuck you in tight, I'll keep out the cold in the velvet and silver and the damp of the mold. The left hand is heavy on the ivory keys, bringing the giants down to their knees. The dirt is a blanket that I fold with care, closing the curtain on the final affair. I see my reflection in the handle of steel, breaking the spirit and breaking the wheel. The waltz is a circle that never quite ends, making the enemies into the friends. I wipe the sweat from the bridge of the nose as the dark water starts to soak through the clothes. A handful of pebbles hitting a wooden box. Ashes is the undertaker's waltz in a limping time, paying the debt for the life and the crime. 6 feet down where the roots begin, keeping the secrets tucked under the chin. A honky-tonk requiem for a hollow chest, putting the weary to the ultimate rest. 1, 2, 3, and a step to the side. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Belongs to the world, it belongs to the clay. No more breathing, no more pride. The waltz is finished, the deed is paid. Fill it up, a massive final thud of a large pile of dirt. city doesn't sleep. It just recharges. The rain is 30% coolant. And the sky is the color of a dead channel. Follow the wire. The billboards are bleeding, magenta and gold, selling the stories that already were told. I got a jack in the back of the neck, a digital ghost in a physical wreck. The drum machine clicks like a high-speed clock, walking the grid on a concrete block. The guitar's crying in a binary code, searching for light on the dark fiber road. The pulse in the pavement is a heavy machine, the prettiest nightmare that I've ever seen. There's a neon bang bumping through the street. There's a neon bang and a cold heartbeat. Send that gone and a cold heartbeat. Silicone blood in a copper pipe, waiting for the fruit to get digitally right. 1 part delta and 2 parts drone. A high voltage king on a low res throne. Voltage trace. Voltage John. It wasn't neon. It wasn't blinking. It didn't have a trademark. My battery is low, and the rain is cold. The copper is warm, and the solder is fresh, mixing the data with the memory of flesh. I see the hackers in the alley of steam, selling the parts of a discarded dream. The pulsing bass is a weapon of choice, drowning the sound of the biological voice. I track the signal through the optical vein, washing the spirit in the acid rain. The lights are stuttering in a rhythmic line. Everything is yours and everything is mine. It's a neon vein pumping through the street. It's a neon vein and a cold heartbeat. Synthetic red and a cold heartbeat. Silicone blood in a copper pipe, waiting for the fruit to get digitally right. 1 part delta and 2 parts drone. A high voltage king on a low res throne. Voltage trace. It's in the eyes, it's in the dreams. Overload the circuit, let the city burn bright. 1 last search.
In and out of the beak you called Odell. Stations and the vibration don't touch. In knob.
The signal is weak, but the message is clear. Something is living inside of the ear. I'm a ghost in the circuit, the glitch in the wire, burning the silicon into the fire. The white noise is falling like chony snow, covering the secrets that you used to know. The drone is a shadow that follows the beat, walking the city on invisible feet. I'm the voice on the baby monitor screen, the scariest thing that you've ever seen. The sharp digital clicks.
Transmission.
The phantom frequency screaming in the void. Everything you love is being destroyed. There, filling up the room, a frequency for the ultimate doom. Signal wave, drowning out the light. The only broadcast in the middle of the night. You can't turn it off, you can't turn it down. I'm the static king of the radio town. Station No. Station No.
Can you hear me? I am the space between the missing wave, the electronic grave.
I'm the face and the static of the broken TV, waiting for someone to finally see. The signal is jumping from tower to tower, gaining the strength and gaining the power. I'm a data parasite eating the stream, turning the broadcast into a dream. The tuning squeal is a razor blade song, proving that everyone was always wrong. I'm in the headphones, I'm in the walls, I'm the silence in the long hospital halls.
Fully snap.
Corrupted.
The phantom frequency screaming in the void. Everything you love is being destroyed. Dead air filling up the room, a frequency for the ultimate doom. Signal wave, drowning out the light. The only broadcast in the middle of the night. You can't turn it off, you can't turn it down. I'm the static king of the radio town.
Station No. Station No. Station No. Station No. Station No. Station No.
Too much data, the frequency is breaking. I'm everywhere, I'm in the grid, I'm in the nudist. That's the panty, that's the darkest. You are the antenna, you are the signal.
A massive burst of digital white noise that stays at peak volume. Station No. Station No.
Looking at miles of gray, miles of brown. Used to make cars here. Used to make tanks. Now we just make ghosts. The smokestack killers hold up the sky, watching the pigeons and the promises die. The river is burning with a chemical sheen, the dirtiest water that I've ever seen. I sit on a throne made of rebar and wire, warming the hands on the barrel fire. The windows are broken like the teeth in the mouth. The money went east and the jobs went south. The hydraulic press is keeping the time, crushing the penny and crushing the dime. Empty. Now wear the Rust Belt crown, heavy on the head, ruling the kingdom of the industrial dead. Iron King, sitting on the scrap, caught in the middle of the poverty trap. Oxide majesty, peeling off the paint. I ain't a sinner and I ain't a saint. The gears are grinding but nothing moves, stuck in the deep and the rusted grooves. Attention, production has ceased. The furnace is cold. Please collect your belongings. The gate is locked. There is no severance end of line. The weeds are climbing the conveyor belt, freezing the iron that used to melt. I walk the floor with a heavy boot, looking for copper, looking for loot. The silence is louder than the hammer of the ring, a terrible song for a king to sing. The oil is black and it stains the skin, marking the place where the work begins. But there is no work, only the weight, staring at the lock on the rusty gate. Forgotten. I wear the Rust Belt crown, carry on the head, ruling a kingdom of the industrial dead. Iron cage, sitting on the scrap, caught in the middle of the poverty trap. Oxide majesty, peeling off the paint. I ain't a sinner and I ain't a saint. The gears are grinding but nothing moves, stuck in the deep and the rusted groove. It's gonna blow, let it blow, burn the rust, burn the crown. I don't want it anymore. Fire it up, fire it up, fire it up. One last time, turn the valve. Drip, 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 drip. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. I don't want it anymore. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. I don't want it anymore. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Scrap. 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 Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of scrap, 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 scrap. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Scrap. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of gray. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Look at it, miles. Look at it, miles. Look at it, miles. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. 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 Look at it, miles of gray, miles of. Look at it, miles of gray. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of. Look at it, miles of gray. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of gray. Look at it, miles of gray, miles. Look at it, miles of gray. Look at it, miles of grunge. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Look at it, miles of brown. Look at it, miles of gray. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Look at it, miles of gray, miles of brown. Exhale. A zero of glass and lead, the difference between the living and dead. I'm a ghost in a gilly, a shadow and stone, the most dangerous thing that you've never known. The subbase is steady like a mountain's chest, putting the patience to the ultimate test. The bull action snare is the only sound before the brass hits the frozen ground. I see the pulse in the side of the neck, a tiny vibration in a total wreck. It's the sniper's breath at the end of the day, taking the distance and the light away. One shot is all that I need, a silent harvest from a heavy seed. Minimalist and tactical and cold, a story of lead that'll never be told. The crosshairs are steady, the world is a blur, waiting for the moment to finally occur. Zero, her. Zeroed in. Four, three, two, against the drop, the world stops. The finger is curved on the cold rolled steel, the only emotion I'm able to feel. I see the exhale in the wind of air, a momentary and a final prayer. The subbase is rolling like a thundercloud, the silence is heavy, the silence is loud. The bolt action snare is ready to bite, cutting a hole in the middle of light. The target is static, the target is mine, a perfect align, but the vertical line sent. Pistols in the lighter way, one shot is all that I Leaving the nest, leaving the trace, vanish into the buck, vanish into the dark. T T T T T T T T. Rusted hoods are piled up high, building a mountain to scrape the sky. I'm the king of the chrome and the lord of the oil, born in the grease and the chemical soil. The chain link fence is a metal cage, trapping the hunger and trapping the rage. I hear your boots on the corrugated tin, that's where the fun is gonna begin. The guitar is biting like a wire in the throat, sinking the teeth in the designer coat. Ranch trespassing, I'm the junkyard dog, sitting on the scrap, waiting for the mouse to step in the trap. Chain link rattling against the bone, better off leaving the monster alone. Beast mode shifting into gear, smelling the salt of the human fear. I don't need a leash, I don't need a name, I'm the wildfire that you'll never tame. Scrapyard King. Scrapyard King. Being knocked over in the distance. Clink, clink. I can hear the heartbeat, I can smell the sweat I haven't had. My dinner, yet hide in the Cadillac, hide in the Ford. I am the hunter, I am the Lord. The moonlight is reflecting on the jagged glass, watching the shadow of the intruder pass. I'm a mix of a muscle and the motor part, with a piston pumping for a heavy heart. The chain link snare is a violent sound, keeping the stranger on the neutral ground. I got a jaw like a hydraulic press, cleaning up the world of the human mess. You shouldn't have climbed the barbed wire. Now you're the fuel for the scrapyard fire. I'm the junkyard dog, sitting on the scrap, waiting for the mouse to step in the trap. Chain link rattling against the bone, better off leaving the monster alone. Beast mode shifting into gear, smelling the salt of the human fear. I don't need a leash, I don't need a name, I'm the wildfire that you'll never tame. That goes into a feedback heavy, screaming solo. Get back to the gate. Too late, I told you. It was too late. Feel the chain, feel the chain. This is my yard, this is my throne. I'll bury you under the engine block. A massive crash of metal piles falling over.